of applause. I got a really nerdy sports joke. I came up with this because my husband watches a lot of hockey, and I just started asking some questions. I'm just going to say this because I'm very proud of this joke, very proud of it. I'm not going to go political, but I'm going to say, what if, terrible idea as it is, what if Canada did become the 51st state? Wouldn't our Olympic hockey team get so much better? Be unstoppable. I don't know. That was one little joke I put on my little Facebook, and some fancy comics all liked. Where I'm like, oh, I did good. Okay, next up, we have another gentleman who has started at the stage, and we're super happy to have him. We love him up here, and he's also over at the Blue Lagoon, and he's working his way up the thing. He's trying to talk to all the people and do everything. His name is Sterling.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
You?
So, show of hands, how many people can write in cursive? Yeah, I was told that was going to be a lot more important. It turns out it's not. I would love to see how they even teach that in school these days. It's like, hey, we're going to learn how to read and write. Everybody pull out your phones. All the Gen Zs, they're not even going to know how to sign checks. It's going to be like back in the day when you they're just make your mark here. I was thinking a lot about elementary school, and it's crazy when 4th grade came in, all of a sudden they're like, hey, there's computers now and you got to learn how to use them. And they're like, there's this game that's going to teach you about computers. It's called Oregon Trail. And I was like, okay, let's learn these computer things. And if you weren't in that generation, if you don't know it, basically, you would choose 5 people to be in your wagon party. You're in 4th grade, you only have a couple friends, so you just put your friends. And then you buy a bunch of supplies, and then you try to hit the space bar repeatedly until every member of your friends are dead, or you're in Oregon. That's the game. All right. I was never able to beat the game because I was in 4th grade. I was an idiot. I played it a week ago. I beat it in 10 minutes. Yeah, it's really not that hard. It's just involves, skills that you don't have at that age. There's 3 main reasons why I never won. The first one was hunting. Yeah, this was the first shooter game ever. It was like Fortnite if it actually took a fortnight. So I was so amped on hunting. That's all I did in the game. I was just there's 3 arrow keys and a space bar to shoot, and I'm just sitting there slaying buffalo, piles of buffalo. And then it's done, and it's okay, you could only carry 100 pounds of meat back to your wagon. Which as an adult, I'm well, that was wasteful. I just wasted 27 bullets. And then also as an adult, I looked and I was like, wait, does that count as a day of my journey? It does. How the hell are you supposed to make it to Oregon before winter if you spend 40 days consecutively hunting piles of buffalo carcasses that you can't even carry back? Yeah, it's basically you're gonna get caught in the winter every time. It was like the Donner Party. If the Donner Party had so much buffalo wings. Unfortunately, as we know, they did not have buffalo wings. They only had baby back ribs. Second reason that I always lost at the Oregon Trail, rest days. I didn't believe in them. All right? And this is so hard as a 4th grader because it's hey, Jason broke his leg. What do you want to do? And I'm like, I don't know, fucking carry on. Okay? A little rest isn't going to help. And then it's like, hey, Beth has typhoid. What do you want to do? And I'm like, I just spent 40 days hunting. We'd have no time for rest. Push on. I didn't know I was 2 hits of a spacebar away from killing my friend Beth. It got to the point where my friends would die so commonly in this game that I stopped using my friends' names. I just started putting the names of kids I didn't like. So then it's like, hey, Jeff has a snake bite. And I'm like, good. I hope you die, Jeff. That's one less mouth to feed. We're going to make it to Oregon fine without you. It definitely took the edge off. The third reason why I never won the game as a 4th grader, river crossings. Yeah. As an adult, I found out $27 is the secret to winning the game. If you keep $27, you can pay for every ferry, every Indian guide, every single thing to just magically make it over there. I always spent every single dime at the first general store. So then they're like, hey, there's a river crossing. It's 300 feet wide, 28 feet deep. What do you want to do? And I'm like, take the ferry. They're like, you don't have enough money. What do you want to do? Ford it. Let's ford the river. And it's like, are you sure it's 28 feet deep? And I'm like, don't ever tell me the odds. And then it's like, your friend Jason drowned. And I'm like, why? Why? Nobody could have seen this coming. 28 feet. Seemed like we could have made it. Anyway, that was my experience with the Oregon Trail. And that's my night tonight. Thank you guys.
Round of applause for Sterling. It's funny, I was asked around the comics, I was like, I was the first generation of Oregon Trail, so that's like 1990 or something. It was, something like that. And so I was talking to a comic, apparently went all the way to 2006, so they were teaching the kids about dysentery for that long. Like, we all played the same game that was horrifying to all of us. Recently, I found